Thanks so much for all of your help and advice on my kind of modular crisis. And don't worry, it's already begun. Here's an unboxing. That's not why I'm here today. Yellow Technology, if you recall, if you've looked at my studio wiring, they're not only excellent for their studio furniture and their patch bays and their amazing wirings, they're also great for after-sales service. So what they're doing today is coming up to have a debrief on the Rewire, to have a snack of which there's very few things to go through, and just to talk about things moving into the future. All done.
No, they look really good.
Yeah, it's great. I do love this mixture of old and new. I know you've probably just seen, Ben, this new edition here.
Yeah,
which is where the kind of warp station will go. But it's great for storage and stuff.
Yes, no, lovely. Great, and we've squeezed that around the corner. That's great.
Yes, so that was one of my kind of sweaty. I'd bought I'd bought this, and it was like, okay, that's arriving. That's really heavy. Yeah, so moved it around there, and
brilliant. All right.
So that's all good.
Bricasti working out all right?
I love it. The way people go, what's the difference between that and the kind of TC? I said, TC's like a good gravy. The Bricasti is a jus. There's a much more kind of, is less density to it. That's what I find.
I hear.
So this is a permanent fixture, this one. So I've obviously crudely wired that around and whacked it just directly in here. Is that what you would...
Is that kind of permanent fixture?
Yeah, because it's for my tutorials and stuff.
So that would be the neatest way. That we have just run around your desk furniture and then come out on the top row connector. You've got 8 spare. So.
Do you know the RE20? There's a studio down in Leith, and there's a German engineer there, and apparently in Germany these are called elephant cocks. If I'm going to have this kind of effects loop going into a kind of an interesting area of Euro racks and maybe, you know, a bit of this kind of stuff, what would you recommend is the best way? Would it be routing down from there?
So is it what's going to feed into them?
Probably usually a mono signal of some sort.
Out of the door.
Out of the door, yes.
Okay. So I think the main thing for sonic fidelity will be to unbalance the signal out of the door and make it higher impedance, so it works well with these. And
so it's not going to be these. It's going to be Eurorack stuff.
Same thing. That still would work better being unbalanced for most of it. So we've got 4 balanced returns from the patch bay here.
Okay.
So we could take a signal out of them, reverse DI so that these think it's a guitar.
Okay.
And
that's that. You would recommend that for
Euroracks to think it's a synth input or whatever.
Okay.
And then DI it back round. Yeah. Some of the Eurorack stuff has that. That you can get Eurorack modules that do that.
Well, that'll probably be the best way.
Link.
Dangerous, that. Lots of them.
There is a challenge for you.
No. I remember I had an accountant once who said the overdraft is an overdraft limit, not a target. Other than that, the only problems I'm having is with this old dustbin.
Yeah.
And it is just, as a general note, it's just basically behaving like an old computer. So when I hit save on Logic, what the Apple I've learnt called the wait icon, which I call Satan's lollipop, comes up for half a minute just to save Logic. The monitor keeps on dropping off, and I keep on losing the other screen. So I just think it's just that it's I don't know how old it is. Should we have a look? So it's 4 years old. So it's
yeah. Until recently, it was the only option, but with the iMac Pro, it's
right.
the iMac Pro can be quite a big step up. Really.
Yeah, I've heard it's an absolute bastard brute.
It is.
Yeah.
Should be for the price, mind. But,
Yeah, absolutely. You do get a display with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting for someone like me. It's great. You know, I'll use that display. That's not a problem at all. You know, I was talking with a big time engineer. And he's like, well, you know, that's got to go in my machine room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. But I hear it on Good Advice that it's good to go. There's not going to be something replacing it anytime soon.
Yeah.
So, and is that something that you guys offer a setup?
Absolutely. Yeah.
How would that work with, say, I kind of need to get up and running with it, with my stuff installed?
So what we'd normally do is we would take a clone of your existing system,
Okay.
take that away, we set up the iMac Pro back at our workshop, then we come up with it, it's ready to go.
So the only other question is just, you know, a quick guide through the patch bay, really. There are a couple of bits like kind of things like Black-Write and stuff that I didn't.
This call gets a bit esoteric, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So, rightly or wrongly labelled your racks based on their colour.
Oh, I see.
So, and it's been made more complicated by the fact that there's another cherry rack now. But so these are made of cherry. Cherry
Right.
left.
Cherry left.
Cherry right.
Cherry right.
Black.
I see now.
So, and basically, if anything refers to that, then it's in that vicinity. In the case of these, where it just says Black-Write and a number, so there's no equipment, these are for the future, or for, as in there's nothing on them at the moment. They're just a cable round there. There'd be a cable with some spare wires on, spare connectors on. Number 10 is that hole there. The Black-Write number 10 cable is
Right.
hanging around, ready to be. If you plug the Mixer King in on there or something and use that cable, then when you've got that cable in your hand, it's come from the Black-Write rack. Is this cable? Other particularly esoteric things are EDAC Y and EDAC X. There are two on your flat down panel on the back of here.
Okay.
EDACs which don't have a mating connector at the moment. They're also even more for the future. So the cable isn't even made yet. There is no cable corresponding to EDAC X just yet.
Okay.
You can, when you've bought enough gear.
Yes, yeah, it'll happen.
I think they're the worst ones, but fire through. What else?
Tie line patch ties.
So this is called the tie line patch because it's got
Okay.
your tie lines on your mic ties and your bantam ties around there. It's also useful to be able to have some kind of conversion to 1/4 inch jack and XLR if you like to bantam straight within this rack we find. So where it says here bantam ties 9 to 14 on 1/4 inch stereo jack, you'll see that they come up there, tie line patch ties 9 to 14. So they're, again, bits of wire really. So for example, somebody brings you a piece of gear that they say you want to hear it right now. They come in the studio, you plug it in down here, and you're fiddling it on the ground. Plug it in there.
Okay.
So it's a kind of quick patch. Get it into the system quickly. So you plug it in there, and then patch there into the Symphony or into speakers. Or
that makes sense.
So that's those. They're parallels.
What are those?
Okay, so one signal goes in any of the holes, and then all the other holes output that signal. So, for example, for splitting a mix to four different mix paths, you could do that, and so that's one group of parallel. So a left and right, you'd do a left and a right, and then you could fire it out 3 places.
I see.
So obviously, half normaling only allows you 2 places by default, and no normaling allows you 1 place.
Okay.
So it's good for things like that. So that won't clock off the Symphony.
No. I've kind of researched it exhaustively.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty clear on the Absolute website, isn't it? It's got to be the master clock in the system. It says that. Well, it's up to you then, really. I mean, we could clock the system off it. I kind of...
No, I mean, it's that...
maybe we should look at getting something else here.
Okay.
Only in that I can't believe the clock in that's as good as that.
No, absolutely not. No, and I don't want to have to switch it all the time. It's basically for doing screencasts, for doing tutorials. And it's fine, because what I used to do if I was doing a Pro Tools tutorial, I'd use Logic to record the music and my voice into. But if you're doing a thing where you're doing a tutorial about using both Pro Tools and Logic, you're completely screwed. So by having just a dedicated thing, it's working really well.
What about Outlook?
Well, I just thought, it's just ridiculous that we're demoing sample libraries. Why do I have to go into
And
the...
resample them, yeah.
Yeah, it just strikes me that... So I don't know if there's just a simple, really good interface that... And all it is, it needs to get what's coming out of the Neve.
Yeah.
This, which is the RE thingy. And a stereo out from Symphony.
RME Babyface, I reckon.
I've got one of those.
Right, I think that'll do what you want.
Just checking.
Let's hear.
Sorry,
No, it's,
messed it up.
no, it's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
I've got one of those.
Has it got? Oh yes, it does. Yeah. Stuff from the Symphony coming in. Stuff from the 8801 coming in,
Sure.
and then it just needs to go out to the speakers.
So yeah, so then all we need is to just we've got that cable rigged up for the 8801 already, and then change the input to line and.
Great day with the guys from Yellow Technology today. A couple of stark truths. I've got to replace my dustbin, and the only viable option at the moment, which is apparently meant to be awesome, is the iMac Pro. I'm very fortunate because I don't mind, using that screen, whereas a lot of people, sticking a massive screen like that in their machine room isn't going to work for them. Another casualty of the day was my Apogee Quartet, which I bought as my secondary rig to record my music and my voiceovers in for tutorials. But it will not clock off anything else. It has to be the master clock. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So I've had to replace that with my RME Babyface. Now I have to be really careful using my camera because it is very much past the witching hour in Edinburgh. Carrying around a Gorilla Grip with a camera and a big fluffy microphone on is likely to result in you getting the shit kicked out of you this time of night. So I'm going to have to fold this away. But basically, the reason I'm up so late is I'm on my way down to London via the sleeper because there's something absolutely amazing happening tomorrow morning. Because today we're in Abbey Road 1.